Welcome back for another book review. Today we're talking about this little one. So this is the Beginner Witch's Handbook, Essential Spells, Folk Traditions, and Lore for Crafting Your Magical Practice by Leah Middleton. So like I said, it is a small book. It's one of the little pamphlet-y kind of books. And this is just kind of your run-of-the-mill beginner basic book. It goes over some topics that you don't always see very heavily emphasized in beginner books and like the intro books, like ancestor work. But for the most part, it's just another one. If you're wanting that kind of a thing, you just want to constantly read the same kind of information slightly regurgitated by everyone, it's one of those books. So surprisingly, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 star. I was really not that impressed for the majority of the book. Like the first half, I was just like, it's the same as every book. Okay. Like, that's why my 3 star is really a ranging situation, and I was just prepared for it to be like, you know, like, you can only read so many beginner books and the same introductory books and the same topics before you're just bored. And I thought it was gonna be that. But then it came to these spells, and I again was just like, okay, it's one of those. Okay. And again, usually when I talk about spells, it's for the worst, right? Like, there's many a spell where it's like, we're like a harm none community, and like we're not gonna do any like spells against other people. And then I get to the spell section, they're like, also we're gonna take your will away, you're under my control, to picture the exact person, and you're like, consent. I was preparing for that, right? Like we've read it so many times, but no, this time it was different. So it actually has these little things of like a takeaway for each spell. I don't know if I actually wrote down what it was. Spell maintenance is what she called it. So for the end of each spell, there's the spell maintenance section. And it is truly the best thing ever. Because why do you not have this? And like, no offense, but I actually reached out to Deborah Blake directly for that, for one of her spells, and did not really get an answer. It was like, that isn't at all what I asked. So I heavily appreciate the author just went ahead and did that for this book, because like again, for Deborah Blake, I had reached out because there's a spell she has you do, but they never tell you what to do with the stuff. And especially when you go to do the spell, you're sitting there like, okay, but like, what about after? Like, do this spell from the new moon to the full moon, and then you're like, cool. But like after that, what am I supposed to burn it, bury it? Like, and if you do that, do you do all of the items? Do you take the things that you could reuse out? Like, what do you do? Because like you have a coin that you like dip in wax, and like you mix like herbs and then like a stone into this little packet thing that you build. Don't know what you're supposed to do with it afterwards. That's just, I tried to get an answer and I could not get an answer. And I was like, I don't want to be that person that's like, no, but like, that's not what I asked. Just constantly being a nuisance. So I didn't do that. But the fact that this author skipped that and was like, nah, listen, the remnants of your spell, you're gonna do this with it. And it's like, thank you. And it seems so silly, but I love it. Like, I think there was one that was like a horseshoe that it's like, you can leave it up, you can cleanse it and reuse it for other spells, you know, throw away the candle remnants, whatever. Like, it tells you what to do with the spell. And that, like, I'm probably guilty of forgetting that myself. So the fact that the author has included that, mad respect. Absolutely love the author for that. I think it's fantastic. I'm so glad that was included. Instantly gained a star. Like, to the point that I'm probably gonna buy this book just because of that, because like, please continue to do that. I love it. Like, again, we don't see that very often. Like, every single one pretty much had that. And it's like, thank you. It didn't take that much time, did it? No. Do you think I'm gonna remember that in my own books? Don't know, but it would be nice. I tried to. But like, seriously, every single spell had that, and I absolutely loved it. So if you are a beginner to kind of moving into maybe a little bit intermediate, this would be a fantastic resource for you. I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I try and post every single day. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.